Welcome back to Utah Fish Finder.
Now, we've got a great campground here at Aspen Grove Campground. It's at Soldier Creek. There's another one over there, but this one has lots of trees.
It's so nice.
It is beautiful. And so that's one of the things we like about it. But another cool thing, we got electricity here for our RV hookup. And it's the only site that has electricity.
Yes.
So,
Rich, tell them what I'm going to do with the electricity.
oh, well, we got hair dryers and curling irons. And, well, actually, charging batteries, running my computer.
Our phones are going to be okay.
They are. We're going to do good.
You know what else I like here is that there's a beautiful fire pit right behind us. And like Rich said, it's a circular fireplace.
So it's real easy to do marshmallows and gather around in the evening and talk. So that's a real nice
really
feature.
Nice.
Also,
There's lots of families here, tons of families. I can hear children playing, which makes me happy knowing I can bring my kids here and I can be loud and I won't be upsetting anybody, which is always a bonus.
Well, hello, we are here today with Utah Fish Finder and Fads and Fashions at the Valley Fair Mall, and they have graciously agreed to sponsor our show, so I appreciate that.
You're so welcome.
We wanted to check out their Nascar apparel, which they have a lot of. Tell us a little bit about it.
Yes. Well, for instance, we have these jackets, NASCAR
Right.
jackets. This one is a Tony Stewart
Let me
three-time
try this
champ
on.
jacket.
Look at this jacket. There is so much detail, embroidery. How much is this?
Okay, normally we sell this for $160. Right now we're doing a special for 75% off. It makes it $40.
Oh my gosh. And
change,
you know,
so.
this is full of embroidery and detail. This is a beautiful jacket. That's a steal. You cannot find a jacket of this quality for that much. And you also, I see, you have some cars back here.
Yes.
Which my son would love. If you have a son that loves racing, which mine does, they would really love this. Tell us about these.
So these are die-cast cars. They're to scale models of the actual car.
Okay.
The front opens. You can see that detail.
Okay.
The back opens. It's and they are. Yeah, they're very collectible.
They
so
are. They're
we're
nice.
doing these. They're normally $90. We're doing them at $25.
That's amazing. So you
yeah.
can get a couple of them for that price.
Yeah, the
They-
price is unbeatable.
Right. And they also have a lot of other stuff. They have like these little fun creepy crawly jewelry here. This is a keychain, this is a necklace. And they have Marilyn Monroe, Elvis Presley, Coca-Cola, Betty Boop, all kinds of different memorabilia. So if you're looking for a unique gift, this is the place to come. Fads and Fashion, Valley
here.
Fair Mall.
Yep.
Angie's the manager. See her, she'll hook you up. Thanks.
we're getting ready to go catch ourselves some crawdads. Now, we've got a couple of different kind of traps that we want to show you and how we set them up.
I don't know anything.
You don't know anything about crawdads, do you? The crawdads are like baby lobsters. They're maybe somewhere in that long.
Okay.
Got claws.
And they have claws.
Some of them have big claws, some of them not so big.
Have you been pinched by one?
I've been pinched by one.
How much does it hurt?
Pretty bad. I remember when I was a little kid and we were going around a creek and we found a pretty big sized one. And we took it and this one lady was looking at it and all of a sudden she screamed and the crawdad goes flying through the air and she had blood on her finger.
Oh, so they make you bleed.
So it was
Okay.
a pretty bad bite. I don't know
So
how
we'll
she-
be aware.
But the poor crawdad flying through the air.
That's a funny visual. I can see that. I can picture that. That's funny.
Yeah. So I try to be careful with them.
Okay.
I'll show you when we get a bunch how to hold them, and they can't pinch or
Okay,
anything.
I want to know.
Yeah.
That's my first lesson,
That's
Mr. Rich.
important.
Okay.
Okay. Now, crawdad traps. You can see I've had this for a while, but this is officially known as a minnow trap. And what I've done with it is I've taken it and cut the hole bigger so the crawdads can crawl through
Yeah,
it.
I can see that.
And then when they crawl through it, they fall inside and they can't get out. So they don't know to
So
go
you-
up there.
You put these two together.
Yes.
How do you put those together?
It's got some clips.
Oh, I see. They hook
So-
together.
Yeah, they hook together.
Okay.
And
Okay.
so actually it goes this way. So it goes,
Okay.
the clips go in here,
Gotcha.
and then there's a thing to fasten it together here
Okay.
with a string on it, so
Okay.
you can drop it down in the water.
Okay.
Okay, now to make it work, you want to put some chicken in it. And then you put those together.
Okay.
And then you do the clip and fasten it.
Okay.
And that's how you catch your crawdads.
Okay.
Relatively easy.
What about this one?
This one is a newer one. It's a different style. And I kind of like it because it's got this little trap door and it makes it easy to get into it. This one you have to take it apart. And then what you do is you put your chicken in. Okay. And you notice there's a little ramp here.
Yes.
Let me turn it around this way. You can see they crawl up the ramp and they fall in. And so that's how they get in. And with this door closed, they can't get out.
Good.
So.
That's a tricky trap.
Yeah. Too bad they're not smarter, but it's to our advantage because we're going to eat them. So that's how you do this kind of trap.
Okay.
Really easy. And then you tie a string or a rope to
So
here.
just like this kind of nylon string, or it doesn't matter what string it is.
Right.
Okay.
It doesn't.
Okay.
And then what we're going to do is we're just going to drop them in the water.
Yes.
They tend to like areas that are rocky because they get some place to hide. They're also prey for fish. But that way we leave them overnight. They're more active at night.
Okay.
And so they'll come crawling out looking for things to eat. They will smell the chicken and they'll make a beeline right for it.
This is really neat. Okay. They're
Now-
more active at night and they like meat. Okay.
They like meat.
Gotcha.
Okay, and one other cool thing, I've had this trap so full of crawdads, you didn't know how they all got in there. There wasn't room for them to wiggle around.
That would be amazing if we had that happen.
Okay, and then you get that many crawdads, that's a lot of good eating.
That will be a good, nice feast.
Because they taste just like lobster. So.
Okay, this is really neat.
Okay, now, next step, let's take these down to the water and drop them in. We got our traps, and now all we have to do is just drop them into the water.
And secure it. Oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh. I got it.
Welcome to the Cutthroat Peruvian restaurant in West Valley, Utah, where the best rotisserie chicken is in town. Delicious Peruvian food and low prices. Our natural chicken and our recipes are made fresh daily. We marinate our chicken with herbs and spices. Brown and juicy on the outside, perfection on the inside. To learn more, call or visit the Cutthroat Peruvian restaurant today.
Oh my gosh. It's full. There are tons in here.
You beat me?
I did better than Rich. Oh my gosh.
Oh, and this guy's trying to come out.
That's you.
There we go.
All right, Rich, show us what you got.
Okay, here's what I got. You got a lot. I guess that extra little door that I didn't put in there was important.
Oh,
but boy, you got a few.
There's probably 20 in there.
This is Adam. Where are you from?
Salt Lake City.
Salt Lake City. Hey, our home base. I understand there is some fishing here.
Hmm?
That's a pretty good looking fish. How long were you fishing here?
Just a couple hours.
Would you say the fishing is good?
Oh yeah, it's pretty good. A
Okay.
little bit slow today, but not too bad.
Hey, now we've had our traps out overnight. Now is where we're going to open them. We've got this cooler full of water so we can keep them fresh until we cook them. Was this fun?
It was so fun, and I did so well because of Rich.
Okay, now we're going to pull these apart.
Oh my gosh!
We got a couple that are trying to crawl out.
You're gonna make me pick them up, huh? Oh.
Whoops, that took care of. Okay, so this one's empty. Now, come look at
Look at this.
Just a squirming mass of crawdads.
There really are a lot.
Okay,
in
now
here.
to pick them up, you want to grab them in this hard shell in the middle right there.
Okay.
And they can't reach that. You might feel them flick their tail trying to swim, but hey, that is how you hold one.
Okay. You want
Okay.
me to try?
You want to pick one?
Okay.
Here's a giant.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
No.
Let's try another one.
Grab him.
Okay, okay, here we go. Ah!
Yeah, grab him.
Oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh. I got
Okay,
it.
turn him into the light.
Can you see it?
See, he can't get you if you get that hard shell in the middle of him.
Oh my gosh. I'm gonna put him back in now.
Good, yes. Okay, that's how you handle crawdads, and it's relatively easy.
We'll be right back with Utah Fish Finder.
Fads and Fashions, Utah's most unique boutique, located in the Valley Fair Mall.
Project biologist Justin Robinson showing off a 26-inch cutthroat trout. Wow, that was an impressive fish. Later, we talked to Justin about the importance of cutthroat trout in Strawberry Reservoir.
The whole reason that we have the cutthroat in Strawberry Reservoir is to control the Utah chub. Utah chub are not native to this drainage. They're actually native to the Bonneville Basin. So that would be the Wasatch Front. Just over the hill, they're native. Here they are not. They were brought in as a bait fish. People like to use live bait, but they don't want to carry them home because they can just go down to their pond and get more the next time. So they just dump them over the side of their boat when they're done with the day, the ones they haven't used for fishing. So they got introduced. The thing with Utah chub is that they're very fecund. They have lots of babies, they grow very fast, and they reproduce very quickly. So because of that and their ability to outcompete other fishes, they can eat better than anything else. Eat fast, grow fast, have lots of babies. Pretty soon they'll take over a whole water body. In the late 60s, we treated the reservoir. Early 60s, sorry. 63, right? Anyway, they treated the reservoir with rotenone. It was a much different reservoir. It was very small. It was just the Strawberry side. We did not have the Soldier Creek side. They completely removed Utah chub and other rough fish. They were very successful at removing them. It was 11 years before we saw them again. By the time that chub population grew to where they were crowding out our sport fish, our rainbow trout at the time mainly, the reservoir had grown. It included both the Strawberry and the Soldier Creek sides. We knew that we needed to do a treatment, but because of the size of the reservoir, we knew that we were not going to be able to completely kill off the Utah chub. So at the time, the biologist in charge decided we needed to bring in a biological control, a fish that could eat these Utah chub. And so what we would do is the treatment would be a reset, knock the populations back, we'd flood it with a bunch of this predatory fish that could then keep the chub in control as the chub population started to rebound from the treatment. We looked at a lot of different options, everything from smallmouth bass, and I'm sure they looked at northern pike and many other things, but it was decided that none of those warm water fish would survive well in Strawberry. We're too cold. We needed to find a trout that could do it. And they went to Bear Lake for the Bear Lake strain of the Bonneville cutthroat trout, because Bear Lake naturally has Utah chub in it. But the population is not out of control, and that's because as those two species, the Utah chub and the Bear Lake strain of the Bonneville cutthroat, evolved together, the Bear Lake cutthroat became very good at eating Utah chub. We thought, let's try it. So in 1990, we treated the reservoir again, reset the whole structure, and started putting a lot of these cutthroat in. We had some success. We knocked the chub back pretty well. It was a few years before we saw them show up at our gill nets again, but we soon saw them coming back. We went through many regulation changes, and with the slot limit that we have in place right now, where we protect all fish from harvest between 15 and 22 inches, allow a couple of smaller, less than 15-inch fish to go home because they aren't ready to start eating other fish yet. And then by the time they get to 22 inches, we still want people to be able to harvest those larger fish. There are very few of them that get to that size in the reservoir, so we wanted to allow for some harvest. We really looked at what size fish, what size barrel-aged cutthroat is going to be our best chub eater, and that was fish between 16 and 22. So we put the slot limit on in 2003 and instantly saw a decline.
I'm Liz, and we have found a lady fisherman. This is Erica, and we are here with her at Soldier Creek. And Erica told us that she caught a fish.
Just jumped up and started reeling it in, and we caught a cutthroat.
A cutthroat. And how big was the cutthroat?
It was decent size. It was like that big, probably.
What bait are you using today?
We are using worms with marshmallows on top to help keep it up and float.
So what do you do with cutthroat when you catch it?
We let it go.
That's what I hear. Is that what you always do with cutthroat? Is you let it go?
Yeah, normally.
Okay.
But it was just a little guy too. It wasn't big enough to keep anyways.
Oh, okay.
So.
I am learning new things, and I love that it's from another girl. We have 2 coupons for you.
Okay.
Trinkets and Treasures from Valley Fair Mall, and also Fads and Fashions from Valley Fair Mall have donated some coupons to our show today for Utah Fish Finder.
Awesome.
So thank you so much, Erica.
All right, thank you.
Now we're in the kitchen with Rich and Liz, and Rich is going to show me how to make a crawdad.
Okay, we got a pot here. It's full of boiling water, and you want to get it a full boil before you put your crawdads in.
Okay.
We've rinsed them and drained them. And here is our bunch of crawdads.
Oh my goodness. Probably
That's
have
what
about
you do.
30 of them. There's probably 30 crawdad in there. Okay.
And you need to have it come back to a boil and then cook them for 5 minutes, and they'll be done, and they'll turn a beautiful red color. They'll look like lobsters.
Okay, so it's easy to cook, 5 minutes, like shrimp.
Yeah,
Doesn't take that long.
just like that.
Okay, and he put salt in the water, didn't you, Rich?
Yes, I'd
Okay,
put salt in the water. And as soon as it starts to boil again, when you put the crawdads in, it cools your water down. That's why you got to bring it back up to a boil, and you time it from when the boiling starts.
Okay, this is really great. When we're done, what are you going to do with it?
Oh, well, we're going to come back and we're going to eat these things.
Do you roll it in butter? Do you salt it?
I'll show you how to do that.
Okay, all right, I can't wait. I'm hungry. Okay, do you guys like to fish?
Yeah.
Yes!
Yeah.
Okay, how did you catch?
I got fishing pool.
Oh, really? He has a fishing pool? This is a really neat family, and we're gonna learn more from their grandpa and their mom and an uncle, maybe? It's a huge family, I'm confused, but we'll talk to them in just a minute. We'll come back with Utah Fish Finder.
Fads and Fashions, Utah's most unique boutique, located in the Valley Fair Mall.
Welcome back to Utah Fish Finder. Well, we've got our crawdads all cooked. Now it's time to try eating them.
This is the first time I've ever, first of all, caught anything. Thank you, Rich. And the first time I'm ever going to try eating something I've caught.
Pretty good. Okay, now one important thing when you go to eat your crawdads is see how the tail is curled in? That means they were alive when they were cooked. If they got a straight tail, then chuck them.
Okay, so that one, let's turn it around. We can show him that is, if you can see that that's curled, a curled tail. I'm not so scared about holding it anymore. It's not going to pinch me.
You. Okay, now to be able to eat them, you've heard the expression, there's more than one way to skin a cat. There's more than one way to eat a crawdad. So the first way to do it is kind of push their tail in a little bit and give it a twist. And there comes the meat. Some people like to suck the head first and get the juice out of it. And then we're going to crack the shell. If you just squeeze them like this, it'll crack it. And then you can peel them just like you do shrimp.
That looks just
and
like it.
There is our piece of crawdad. Now we need some butter because that's my favorite way to eat them. Set that right there. I like to dip them in butter, just like you do lobster.
No
You
salt
want?
or, go ahead. Just like that.
That's really good.
It's good?
Yes.
And what do you do with this part? Do you eat that part?
Some people do, if the legs, the claws are big enough,
Okay.
then
Sure.
you can do that.
Okay. There's no meat
Okay,
there. Okay.
your turn.
Okay, so you squeeze the tail, right?
You kind of push it in and twist.
Okay. Did I do it? Oh my
There it
gosh.
comes out.
Okay. I'm gonna put that down. Do you want?
Let's clean the end of this
I'll
off.
give you the pleasure of sucking that if you want it.
I don't think there's much juice left in them.
Okay.
Okay, now if you squeeze the back like that,
Okay.
then we can peel it apart.
Right.
If I got it squeezed good enough.
Okay. Oh
There
my
we
goodness.
go.
We need to make sure that this does not have legs.
We will take care of that. From here, it'll pull out.
Okay. Okay.
We're good to go.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna do it. You ready?
Yep.
I'm gonna put lots of butter in it. Here we go. It's good. It's really good.
It's just like regular lobster.
Give me another. Hurry. Hurry, hurry. Before it rains. Okay. Okay. It's really easy.
Okay.
Should we
Now
have
we're going to finish these off, and we'll be right back for more Utah Fish Finder.
Welcome to the Cutthroat Peruvian restaurant in West Valley, Utah, where the best rotisserie chicken is in town. Delicious Peruvian food and low prices. Our natural chicken and our recipes are made fresh daily. We marinate our chicken with herbs and spices. Brown and juicy on the outside, perfection on the inside. To learn more, call or visit the Cutthroat Peruvian restaurant today.
All right, Rush, do you like to fish? Yes. How many times have you been fishing before?
2 times.
2 times. Have you caught any fish?
No, not yet.
Not yet? Well, he's caught a bee sting. He's caught a snake. I think today's your day to catch a fish. Do you think your babysitter would like a Fads and Fashion coupon at Valley Thermal?
Yes.
All right, I'm gonna give it to you. You can give it to your babysitter. And maybe you can give your Mama Trinkets and Treasures coupon at Valley Thermal too.
It was my job to bring the tackle box, and it had our favorite lure, the rapalas, and we're fishing for brown trout at the Green River. And I didn't bring it. I forgot the tackle box. And we only had 1 rapala between us, and my dad insisted that I fish with it, being the nice gentleman that he is. And I caught 6, and he caught none.
That's a good one.
Fishy fishy in the brook, Daddy catch you with a hook. Mommy fry you in a pan, and Bobby eat you like a man.
But we saw a dead fish floating in the water, so it took us about an hour to get to the fish. We got this fish, we tied it around the middle, and then casted it back out. So here's like this dead fish with a big line around the middle, and we let Ben know, hey, this fishing pole's pretty lucky, you should come try it out. And so he reeled it in, and he was really excited to catch that fish. We still have the picture. It was a good memory.
It's been fun fishing today, but it's time for the show to end. So we've got to be on our way. We hope to see you again next week. And in the meantime, go find those fish.